Hello class, today we're going to expand on the topic of opportunity cost and try to explain one of the theories on why people trade. And we can expand on that and explain why countries trade. So we start off with Tom, which if you remember from our last video, was stuck in an island. Okay, so let's just do a real quick recap on Tom's situation. So Tom's situation is that he can produce 30 coconuts or 40 fish in 1 week. Right? And so we explain how we can actually calculate opportunity cost based on this equation that we wrote down. So we can either have 1 coconut equals 4/3 of a fish, or 1 fish equals 3/4 of a coconut. So what's new on this example is that we now have another person in the island, and that person is Hank. So let's go ahead and write down Hank's information. So Hank is going to be in blue, and Hank can produce 20 coconuts or 10 fish. So if we do the same calculations, we're going to have the opportunity cost for Hank. Okay, now before we move on and analyze this situation, let's go ahead and illustrate both Tom's and Hank's PPFs, and we're going to use the same graph for both. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the color green for Tom. So Tom can make 30 coconuts, so we're going to start the line there, and 40 fish. So we're going to stop the line right there. This is Tom's PPF. We have a maximum here. We have a maximum there. Now let's do the same thing for Hank. We're going to change colors now, and we're going to do 20 coconuts and 10 fish. So we notice quite a bit of difference in the two graphs. So we can analyze the slope, right? It looks like Hank, if we draw the graph this way, has a steeper slope than Tom's PPF. However, we can also see that Tom's PPF, it covers a greater area than Hank's. Okay, so this is where we start discussing the differences between comparative advantage and absolute advantage. Let's start with absolute advantage. Absolute advantage is a situation where you can produce more given a certain amount of resources. Now let's analyze the question to see what's going on. For both of these people, we had given them 1 week of production. 1 week, 1 week. And so we see that Tom can produce more in 1 week. It doesn't take, so he takes less resources to produce, which is another definition that you might find in different textbooks, right? But the easiest way to think about it is that given a week, Tom can produce more coconuts, and Tom can produce more fish. So we say that in terms of absolute advantage, let's go ahead and pick the Tom has absolute advantage in producing coconuts and fish. Notice that I explained that absolute advantage is by individual product. Okay, so we say that he has absolute advantage in coconuts and he has absolute advantage in fishing. Okay, so that is absolute advantage. Now let's go ahead and cover comparative advantage. So now we want to know who is better at producing what. And how we're going to define better in this example is by who has the lowest opportunity cost for each good. So we already have the information for opportunity costs here on this table that we had from our work. So let's compare the opportunity cost for getting one coconut for each person. So we are comparing sideways. So if we compare the numbers from Tom's production and Hank's production, and we see their opportunity cost, what we come to realize is that Hank has the lowest opportunity cost, right? Because we're comparing 4/3 to 1/2. Now, obviously, 1/2 is less than 4/3, so we say that Hank has a lower opportunity cost in producing coconuts. Now, if we do a similar analysis for fishing, right, so now we're analyzing these numbers. What we're gonna see is that 3/4 is less than 2. So this is the lowest number. So now we have found who has the lowest opportunity cost in producing each good. So now we can expand and say Tom has comparative advantage in producing fish, and Hank has comparative advantage in producing coconuts.